So I thought I'd just make a short video of a couple helpful tools that Microsoft Word has. I'm not a Word expert, but these are ones that I've used. So if you have your Word file open, this is in Word 2016. The first one is with having people proofread your papers, whether you're doing the proofreading or it was proofread by someone else. If you go to the Review tab up here, what you want to do is the markup. Usually people just gave me comments and it wasn't really helpful because I still had to go correct the stuff. But what I like to do is make sure you have all markup on here, and it'll show you. It's kind of like when an English teacher has a red pen. They cross stuff out and say what to add in or change. Now you hit track changes and this box should be gray, and you're not actually going to change anything on their document. But let's say I want to proofread this for someone and I want to go type on here, like maybe take that word out, it'll cross it out. If I want to add something in, put periods, whatever. It's really simple. If you want to actually edit, you just hit track changes, and that's kind of like suggestion mode. I think that's a confusing name, but that's what they do. So if it's grayed out, you're just doing these suggestions, and if it's back to white, you can actually go in here and add and delete stuff. So when you get this back from somebody, if they did that, what you want to do is you can just go accept all changes, or I'll take this off, and it just goes like to each one, and I can say, okay, do I want to do that or not? Normally you'd probably hit accept, but if you disagree, like this one, you can just hit reject, which I'll do on these, and then boom, they're all done. So that's super handy if you're having someone proofread your paper or you're doing the proofreading. The other big thing is your reading level, which if you're in a college government class has got to be at least 12.0, even on little papers like this. So to do this, you just have to make sure an option's turned on. If you go to File and then Options, we're going to go to Proofing here on the left side, and you want to make sure that down here for writing style, have all of these checked, and then make sure it's grammar and more, not just grammar, and kind of hit save. Before it tells you the reading style, you have to go on the Review tab. We're going to go check my spelling, and you don't have to accept any of these. Like, this is just a paper that I wrote, and I really haven't looked at my reading level, but I really hope it's a college level because it was one of my last papers I did. This one, so it's like telling me to change a name, ignore. Hopefully I don't have a ton of these that are actually serious. It's a name, but it makes you go through all of these before it tells you what your reading level is. Luckily most of these are pretty minor, so I didn't really mess anything up, I hope. I'm overusing in order to. So there, like, that's one I would take. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I definitely overused in order to. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But you have to go through all these. I'm just going to hit ignore. This is a pretty long paper. But it makes you do this first. And then when you're done, it'll say spelling and grammar's done, and you get this sweet readability statistics report, and it's like, here's how many words you have, characters, paragraphs, sentences. And what it does is it uses these in a formula which you can look up. But the Flesch-Kincaid grading level is basically what grade would you have to be in to understand the words that you used. So for example, this one would be like first or second year of college. So that's not awesome. What it bases that on, you can look it up, but it's really about how many sentences per paragraph and then how many characters per word. So if you use a bunch of 3- and 4-letter words, your reading level is going to come out to be pretty low. like bad, sad, mad, instead of furious, resentful, and antagonizing. Since those are more complex words, it bumps up your score. But my suggestion to you would be to get that sucker up to like at least 12.0, because that's what a high school senior should write on. That's not even college level. And this isn't perfect for mine. You can look at passive voice sentences. I struggle with that, but that's an option that Word will go through and show you those things. But those are just a couple little tricks that you should know if you're going to use Word. So check those out, and hopefully they work for you.